Welcome to our Daggerheart homebrew actual play campaign. Pull up a chair and grab a snack, prepare for epic art. It's a homebrew brewed in a bathtub, played with Daggerheart. We've got Bex, Alyssa, Daniel, and they're bringing all the heat, with Soz and Andy in the mix to make the squad complete. And then there's Lefty, our fearless guide, and Soul Financier. He funds this operation with change found in his rear. The budget comes from Lefty's prison pocket, so the props are kinda trash. But who needs fancy lighting when you have zero cash? So we're here on a weekly schedule, consistent as the sun, pouring blood and sweat and tears to make sure we have fun. Our dedication is unwavering, our passion is intense. So welcome to the broadcast, to the few who found the link. Our viewer count is single digits, teetering on the brink. But whether you are 12 people or maybe only 3, you're the best darn audience in our 1,000-year history. Welcome to the show! Welcome to the show!
Whee!
And then,
oh, that's right, I don't have a button for that yet.
and
Hi. Hello. So look, we're in the Sons of the Empire screen, because we can't get our poop in the same pile.
I don't want to poop in your pile. I want my own pile.
This is why we can't have night.
You're too stinky.
That's fair. That is fair. Andy had his thing, and Seuss had her thing. So we are jumping into the time machine, going 500 years into the past to go hang out with the brothers in Furiax.
look, for all we know, the conclusion of this could be very crucial to what's going on right now in the main campaign.
It is conceivable. You guys might throw a monkey in my wrench, and we might have to steer askew.
Yeah.
Okay, because if you threw the wrench at the monkey, then that's animal cruelty.
Yeah.
If you throw the monkey at the wrench, that's an accident.
There's no such thing as wrench cruelty.
That's just an environmental hazard.
Yeah.
Mechanics might beg to differ with that, but
That's a good point.
The monkey's not going to break the wrench. Right?
Let us get something apropos to the genre.
No,
Pretty please?
sure.
Well, thank you. I think we can turn this down a little bit. I've noticed in the playbacks that it gets real loud. When it scales up, it gets pretty loud. Yeah. So try shaking it down a little bit. 50%.
Onyx has decided father is the choice tonight.
Daddy is the way.
Does Freya prefer you then?
no. I didn't want cats.
They wanted you.
They wanted you, yes.
I will say, if I'm on the couch or in bed, yes, he is cuddling up on me.
But if Dad's around.
If
I'm
I'm
just
not
saying.
at my computer.
Say too, though, they're around you way more than they are around me right now.
There is that.
I go to work 5 days a week.
Yes. You're just a busy working lady.
But they are underfoot if I'm not at my computer.
And even
But on top of that,
they still they're on foot.
yeah.
And your
When
foot.
you're at your computer.
Yeah. But on top of that, hello, Fred. What's the boys doing?
So, when last we hung out with the brothers in Furiax, we had a reunion at the river when Strixus met back up with Fikraimaan after he had gone on his little side quest into the city of Chlora. Fick shared a little bit of his experience with his brother and vice versa, vis-a-vis the raid on the river town Drura, where Strixus gained 80 chests worth of loot and 2 river trader ships.
Plus an army of orcs.
Plus the army of orcs, but no, what he gained on the trip was a little blue frog. Goes by the name of Tex Arcana. Now in the employ of Strixus and the fairness at writ large. The 8,000 orcs. 6,000.
I'll take an extra 2,000 if you'll give them to me.
warriors. By way of Makara, swore a blood oath to be to come to the aid of, not necessarily in the service of. I feel like she might have words at that phrase.
Allyship.
But an allyship, a blood oath based allyship with the Infernus Raiders. You guys parted ways with the orcs heading back to Grimfang, to report your great victories and to bury your dead. Haven't been coughing all day. The brothers headed back to the Wailing Gallery underneath the surface of sorry, I've been waiting for that one to come back. Beneath the surface, we'll leave it at that. To go report the result of the expedition thus far to their father, the Hexarch Adrianus Inferius. You showed off your wings. You showed off your birthing of the hell cancer.
I'm glad we've adopted that phrase.
Which was a new species of creatures we're calling rift stalkers. You presented the Hexarch with your chest of gold. You presented the Hexarch with your horse and information, and some information, none of which your father valued, neither the horse nor the information, unfortunately. And upon leaving the end of that meeting, you turn around and whip a little spell at Daddy-O and cast through his eyes, or through their eyes. Through your eyes is the name of the spell, which allowed you to
My brand.
Sorry. To what?
My brand.
Oh. Which allowed you to see literally and hear everything that your father saw until your next rest. And in doing so, you actually learned quite a bit. You learned that you are not trusted on the inner court, unfortunately. All the evidence points to you being not in control of your ability to teleport.
It's not my ability, so it's fair.
And that's fair. It was a legit assessment. But your father was so concerned over that one fact that he ordered you followed. By that same token, your father was so concerned by your new, very dedicated following of the soldiery due to your appearance, the appearance of your blood and smoke wings, your ability to heal your compatriots, your ability to fly and look all majestical and stuff. You've left quite a mark upon the soldiery and that worries your father as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, it also worried his advisor. Ophalos the Imp suggested that you also be monitored. And if you were seen to be making a move on your father's position any earlier than was anticipated, that is traditional in Infernus royalty, then your father wanted to be appraised of that. But you're not aware of that. He's aware of that. This is stuff that he became aware of because he's a spying bastard, a spying lying bastard.
Mm-hmm. That he is. I'm glad you agree.
Canon, man.
See, God agrees with me.
Don't tell him that.
Say that again. You watched while Hadrianus debriefed Cronus, and got a general sense of her sense of everything that happened on the raid. She seemed genuinely impressed with Strixus. She seemed cool with you.
That wasn't that much of a problem.
Yeah,
Especially when I wasn't there.
Which was mostly
not really involved in the fighting, but that also means not underfoot and not having to have any forces diverted for your protection.
You did not waste resources, but you were not a resource in of yourself.
Yeah. She did, however, echo Ophalos' concerns that you might be an unknown quantity and therefore a potential liability. She wasn't quite as emphatic about it as Ophalos was in his initial interpretation, but she did acknowledge that strong possibility. Strixus, while Fick was basically riding around in circles on his horse the whole time, I guess.
No. The horse followed
that's
him
right.
to his
To his
area,
area.
and then he sent somebody to take my horse back to my own area.
Yeah, okay, that's right. But Strixus went to Cronus's camp, and with the intention of learning more about your new seraphic powers. And it was your intention to do some healing on the wounded soldiers there, and that you did. You healed 3 men in particular, 2 with really severe wounds. One had a calf to thigh slice that would have bled him out had it not been attended to for much longer. The other had a pretty serious gut wound that was actually leaking bile through the exterior of the wound. And then there was also the broken wrist that you attended to as well.
Right. Yeah.
One of the interesting things that you found when you got to that camp before you started your healing was that
The thing you managed to not notice.
some of the men there had really interesting ink. You saw one complete piece, you saw one piece in progress, and that was the Strixus bone and wings tattoo. Yes.
These are colorful people.
So they are.
Do they use black ink?
Look, man, the art was black.
Considering how colorful we are, black is the best
it's
medium.
neutral to stand out, yeah.
Yeah.
Why not white? Make it bright. Sorry.
White fades so fast.
It really does.
Yeah.
Unless you're decent with it.
Everyone starts consulting.
Considering they're
consult
in
everyone else's ink.
a war camp,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
no,
No.
not an artist.
It would smudge over.
It is not. These are not artisanal tattoo artists.
Right.
We know somebody who points to us.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
Oh, we're talking about me getting a tattoo. Getting my Savannah tattoo. Upon seeing these tattoos, you put the kibosh on that. You spoke with Adrianus,
Yes.
I think. Adrianus, the number 2 man at Cronus's camp, and asked that No one else get this kind of ink, please. You don't need that kind of heat. He understood that.
It is appreciated, but please no.
Without saying, he said he would do what he can to try to limit how that spreads. That maybe a badge on the armor might be something more appropriate than a permanent marking of unwavering loyalty that the Emperor might find threatening. Then you begin your heal Orama, and as it happens, you kind of seem to have left even more of a deep mark on these people. Actually, quite literally, in two of those cases, the deep mark that you left on these people was, in fact, a red wheel of scar tissue where you get that flesh together. That the very center of that scar tissue is exactly the color of your own flesh. And that is a permanent mark that cannot be undone. And even a tattoo might not really compete with something like that. So
This is the second cult I've started in this game world. This one on X.
anything I'm setting out to do, which is
I'm doing it on purpose.
that's what these characters would do.
I know, and I'm doing what my character would do, and it's leading to cults.
So, upon the setting of that last bolt, from the other side of the Wall of Souls, the Wailing Wall, we can't call it that. Sorry to those of you with the Judaic faith.
Wonderwall.
After all. Fikraimaan managed to step into the camp just in time to become aware of what seemed to be a political maneuvering. Seemed to be that to Fikraimaan that Strixus was trying to curry favor with the troops. Upon announcing that, Strixus said, "No, I'm just trying to help the guys out and learn about what I can do."
Well, it wasn't phrased that.
That's all. Not doing it on purpose, but I'm practicing. Nope.
That's your interpretation.
And that seems to be where we begin our evening.
It's a reminder, I am at 6 out of 8 stress. I am rough.
You are very stressed out, yes. And so the spotlight is upon the two brothers. As always, very near to turn what?
Just the volume of the TV. So
Very near to squaring off in the center of Kronos' camp.
I had the last word, please.
Well, brother, if that's the case, then perhaps you should have waited until you were a little more well, a little more rested.
Oh, I felt fine. These gentlemen here were suffering and wasted. Sorry. No reason to waste medical resources when I could assist. I will admit this has taken a toll on me.
I suppose that's fair. Resources can get expensive, especially when tending the less fortunate.
Good soldiers require the best we can give them. Not that our medical staff are not adequate at all, it simply is a saving of resources. I simply need rest and recuperation. That's much easier to come by. Besides, I'm learning more of what I can do.
Which would be very valuable to everyone, I suppose.
Yes, I believe it would be. For example, since this is a friendly conversation after all, I believe I stopped a man from bleeding out and dying, or having his belly eat his flesh.
Fascinating. That seems quite powerful.
Yes.
Well, information for information. I seem to have learned that communication with home seems to be a little more direct than we originally see.
How so?
It would appear, maybe not all of them, but certainly some imps can open a direct line with the incubi.
Interesting.
First I've seen of anything like this.
I was under the impression there would be hours in between at the very least.
So was I.
Huh. Okay. Keeping the chain of commands intact across planes is certainly useful.
It most certainly is.
It is imperial secrets such as these that must be kept at all levels. My lords, Cronus steps in through the very gate you just appeared through only moments ago.
Hello, Commander.
We would ask that you keep such knowledge to yourselves. Discuss perhaps with not in the middle of a barracks field.
That was faulty thinking on both our parts, then. I suppose. Though I do trust your men to discretion.
We shouldn't have to.
I believe you'll be happy to know that at least the two that were approaching death's door are no longer
You'll excuse me. Take off.
there. Shall we take this conversation somewhere else?
Frankly, there's not much left to say. I do suggest we should return to our own quarters, given how exhausted you seem, given your practice, so to speak.
He'll wait for you to walk with him. As walking.
As you guys turn,
Mhm.
you see Cronus getting ready to sweep into the tent of, you'll have to forgive me, I don't have their names in
You're
front
fine.
of me.
The wounded guys.
The wounded guys. She takes her cloak off, and I need perception checks from each of you.
Oh,
Please.
oh, please. Oh, please.
Please.
Oh, please. Oh, please.
18 with hope.
So, hope. 11.
Take those hopes.
Please tell me she did not get the fucking tattoo. Please tell me the commander of Kronos did not get the fucking tattoo. It would be so bad for me if she did, but also potentially very good. The commander of eating Infernus Legionnaires is a fan.
You saved her personally
I did.
in the heat of battle.
Mm-hmm. On the verge of death.
Oh, yeah, she's gonna have
Then,
Why did I bother writing it down?
Sorry. I'm sorry. It was the addition of fucking that got me, because it was the exact wording I used. I'm sorry. You don't know.
what?
You didn't see it.
No,
I'm making note of that.
So close.
Bad.
Cough.
Oh,
Yeah. Pretty bad.
it was
It's slowing down again.
knock it off. Hurry up, baby.
It's bothering me too.
It's just there, blinking at me.
Don't feel rushed. This is a medical thing. Don't feel rushed.
But I am a medical.
No, you're not. You're a chieftain.
People don't run around the battlefield going,
Chieftain! Chieftain! But they do.
medic! Some 10 or 15 miles away from their current position, in the very center of a big, wide green field, lies Grimfang. Are you going to be okay, sweetheart?
Maybe I don't. It's really cold.
Do you need to do like sailing routes or?
I just put eye drops in.
Okay, you just check.
Yeah.
Is there something in it?
I don't. I can't tell because there was an eyelash curled like under like this. Yeah, and I got long eyelashes, so it really sucks, especially in the corner bits, and I can't tell if that's what's poking in or what. So I will handle as best as I can.
It's just,
Suddenly, Makara has eye patch.
when I look at you, the sense I get is, oh God, make it end. And it makes me feel like it's me that needs to end.
No, not in the slightest. It's just juice.
I get that.
Grimfang.
Yes, at Grimfang. You come riding into to town with half of the number that you left with, and people had already seen you come in, and you kind of saw the scurrying begin as those who had family members with you kind of start to gather to see to take tally of the lot. Do you want me to put you on the spot? Do you feel like thinking about something that you had not anticipated thinking about would help keep your mind off of your eyeball?
I don't know. I mean, the first thought, like, for her is just inner anger at herself,
Right.
not being able to save all her men. At this point, yes, men.
I totally get that.
So, I mean, don't flap like a chicken.
We kind of have to just make sure that.
I know, but eat this for Vex. But anyways,
Flow like a snake.
that's nice too.
Move on.
But yeah. So I mean that she's not gonna really stop anybody from like really coming into the crowd of us moving, but she's generally just gonna kind of almost like keep to herself, kind of walking.
Steel yourself as you make your way through this crowd of people that are looking to you
Yeah.
to know why their families aren't whole anymore. What is the grieving way for the Planeswalk? How would mourning the loss, a mass loss like this, how would that look to someone watching it on a screen?
You know what? This is the first thing that came to my mind, and I kind of like it. It's typically a nightly ritual, to put it that way. And especially in this case, because I'm just going to say because of the travel back and the loot that they had, they could not bring their dead with. So they could only bring, in a sense, parts or pieces, like, souvenirs, pretty much. And so with that, they pretty much, I'd say they have a designated, graveyard for their community.
Let me ask you this. If Makara had fallen, what part of Makara would they take? Would they take a piece of her armor? Would they take her halberd? Would they take her tusk? Would they take a lock of her hair? How is that piece of that warrior collected?
No, so for sure, definitely the hair. It is going to be the first thing. Now, if that particular orc does not have that hair, then it would be their tusk. And then with that, anything extra that they would deem worthy from that person.
Okay.
So, for a lot of families, I can see that being more like jewelry or, things like that.
Like a body part, and then their accoutrement to make. So you can identify who the thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then that night, do they gather at the burial ground, or are they gathering
So-
at?
Say it this way. It's almost like a two-parter. So they're going to start off big bonfire style kind of thing. And with safety cautions, have those tributes kind of around that fire, giving the in a sense, blessing of the fire to those that have passed on.
Right.
And I'd say that probably starts early into the night, and then once the moon were given, is dead above, that's when they will let those families move them to the grave
Okay.
sites.
So what is happening at the fire?
It's part of me kind of wants to make it more of, they try to make it into a celebration and not a actual grieving. So it's going to be large feasts, some people that might know music or, things, trying to make it more chippier than
War stories involving
yeah.
those men, or in this case, yes, they were all men.
So that's how I kind of picture it going.
Is there any part of feeding the fire? Is there?
Sorry.
No worries, I understand.
So honestly, I can say for okay, so as they are building the bonfire, it is, in a sense, each family of the wounded pretty much putting in a bundle, and could say that they, pre-decorate, in a sense, the bundles however they would like, and add it to the bonfire, and then that gets all lit.
So it's all effigy. We're not placing any part of the warrior into the fire.
No, it's just all like like carvings into the wood, either their initials, their names, and then adding it to the fire.
Right. Okay. Cool. And then after that, we move to the burial ground. And at the burial ground, that where it becomes a little less celebratory, a little more somber and commemorative.
Yeah, it's gonna. That part is
Well-
pretty much to let the actual families have their kind of really sink in, like, okay, how do we move past this?
So only those only those immediate family members of the fallen are actually allowed past the fence off the area.
Mhm.
Everyone who knew them, who remembers them, who was part of their community, surrounds them just on the outside of the fence, and does what? Is there a song? Is there a dance? Is there silence?
I can see there being a song in their native language that just kind of hums in the night air until.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
I always picture like Mongolian throat singing.
Right.
This is like
From Orrery? Oh, yeah.
yeah, that kind of thing.
Right, yeah, I can see that.
And does this last the entire night? Does this last a limited time?
So, it goes until the last person is pretty much buried and tucked away, in a sense. Then after that, everybody kind of disperses and moves on into, okay, it's time for sleep. So I'd say that probably does make it kind of close to, like, early morning at that point, maybe. Like, okay, if that's midnight, probably, like, 2, 3 o'clock. Depending on, like, the size of the
Wow.
people
So
as well.
only one family at a time is allowed.
Well, it's one of those that I'm counting that there are going to be families that sit there longer than probably most.
Okay.
So it is when that final family walks off that they.
They all go
Yeah.
together,
Okay.
but it ends when the last family's
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why it may take longer, it may take shorter.
Understood. And what of Makara during this whole process? We'll say that the early part, the celebration at the fire, goes relatively relatively smoothly. We'll say that there are particularly the elder warriors who did not go with you are inclined to give you a stink eye. No one is outwardly disrespectful of you, but you probably get the sense that that's more because of what this day represents to the tribe as a whole rather than what they think you represent. It's more out of respect to the fallen that no one's going to start any shit with you like this right now. It's the tribal elder warriors, the old dogs, that are most inclined to look at you, maybe spit as they pass by you, not at you, but on the ground near your feet, mildly disrespectful. The women among your culture have a certain more powerful, more deep the word is completely gone away from my head. Respect for you.
reference.
Yes, thank you. It is approaching a reverence. Being maybe not the first female leader in history, but the first one that anyone in the tribe currently can remember, or remember ever hearing about. Women are strong, and some of them have been fighters in defense, shield maidens, right? If to make the Viking equivalent, those who defend the homestead when it's directly invaded. Many orc women have raised their weapons in such a way. But to go out on a raid, virtually unheard of. To lead a raid, completely unheard of. Not in living memory. So the women, particularly those who have probably done combat, are much more circumspect about your presence. So at the bonfire, the celebration, it's a good 60-40. There's a lot more women because the camps are huge. So you get 60% respect, 40%, and maybe 10% stink up. Like active. I would have words with you on any other day. The ceremony at the burial grounds is sacrosanct. No one's even thinking about you. All eyes are on what's happening inside that fence. And all voices are lifted in support of the song. We'll say that the song, each note in the song is a rung on the ladder to the heavens, to the orc version of the heavens, and making that rung as strong and steady for as long as possible to ensure that they get the best grip for the longest possible time, and assures that that warrior has every bit of support he can on his journey up into the heavens.
It's such a cool funeral.
Thank you.
Wait, so beautiful.
So that's where everybody's focus is. Once that last note comes to an end, once that last family steps over the threshold back out onto the common ground from the burial ground, you are met with
Skills that much about his dice.
Oh, fake dice.
That's more concerning.
8 elder warriors who form a line. They are not armed, but they are shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, and they are blocking you. One of them is what is the lifespan of an orc? I think it's human years, right? They're human equivalent.
I believe
Pretty
it's
equivalent to
right.
human.
Probably 100, since the Daggerheart seems to be based on base 100 for humans.
Orcs' lifespans vary significantly by universe, generally ranging from short, combat-driven lives, 30 to 60 years, to longer, naturally enduring lives, 100 to 200.
I think 100's a good number.
125. 125. Interesting. Okay. Egrok is one of the tribal elders, a warrior elder. He no longer fights. He's probably about 90. He's still able to think and process and add his opinions, of which he has many.
The older you get, the more opinions you get.
Exactly. He is number 1 on that list of 8. And all the other gentlemen, when you get within that speaking range, it is Egrok who says, "How many have died because of your inexperience? How many valuable warriors fell on this day because you so randomly decided that we must lose men today. You have not made report yet. These guys are assuming that you've come back with half your force decimated and lost. This speech would probably not be going this way if they hadn't made that assumption.
Right. Well, I will say for this moment, she is just going to let them talk. She is going to stand there, and she will just remain silent and let them...
Come morning light, they're going to be eating their fucking words. Tonight is not the night.
Because at this point, I mean, she... in a way, does agree with them. Yeah. Lost too many men in that. And again, she blames herself for all of that. So, their feelings are technically still valid.
Only technically, though. Fuck, actually.
Actually, we had a lot more happen. We got new allies. We got treasure galore. So fuck you, Elders. But yeah, so she is going to pretty much hold her tongue and just... She will look them in the eyes as they talk, so that she gives off that understanding of, like, I am listening.
That's kind of fucking awesome. So Egrok speaks for a full 5 minutes, reading you the riot act. Borsal stands right behind him, seeing that you are not going to react in any way. This is taken as weakness. Borsal pours it on just as thick. Fomot behind him starts getting a little more insulting, a little more disrespectful. Rezgal behind him, stacking it on, laying it on, that much thicker. Pelg, Seskra, Lessig, Hormu, all of them. By the time Hormu finishes, he's at a sweat. The other guys are like, yeah! And everyone is now playing more to the crowd of people that have gathered rather than going to their homes to go sleep. And they've whipped into this fury, this, what are you going to do? How are you going to make this up to the people? You should stand down. There's no way you can recover from this. Excuse me. And when Porman wipes the sweat from his brow and, swipes it, this sweat splatters onto the dust at his feet. He takes his deep breath. He says, and that is why you should not lead. Who will you designate to follow you after you have stepped down? Which man among us do you name to lead Grimfang?
Still just silence. Gonna walk up to him. Just gonna gently hands up on face. And I'm just gonna bring my head in. Enough where, like, it's a signal when their tusks touch. Just gonna do that for a split second, 30 seconds. Back up. She's just gonna say, we will reconvene on this in the morning. And she's just gonna turn around and walk away.
Seriously, lights on red, motherfucker. Awesome.
You just made him look like an idiot. Standing there all composed while he's losing his mind.
Egrog says, "You cannot let this stand. This must be..." And Homebrew grabs him on his shoulder, turns him around, goes head to head and tusk to tusk. And he says, "We will reconvene on this in the morning."
Methinks message received.
If not by the man yelling at the other people.
And in a daze, these 8 men and the crowd of perhaps 100 to 200 who
Intermix.
We're ready to watch a fight.
or get into one if need be. Now I'll just kind of...
What the fuck just happened?
That gotta make you wonder, how often does that happen if a male orc who leads fucks up? That they expected a fight. And then you're just like, regularly.
Absolutely.
So at that moment with the men, honestly, my head is, they're pretty much saying, do you even have the balls for this shit?
I was just, in my head, I could hear Makara go, "Are you done?"
If she had done that, that might have elicited the response that one would expect.
No. She made the right call. I'm just saying, like, that's the like bitch interpretation of "Are you done?"
So what was this huge mass of people that had gathered with the intent of seeing you put out, all of a sudden fractures into groups of 2 and 3 who are like, why didn't they, did you see? And it scatters and diffuses. And you know that these 200 voices are not going to be able to shut up about this tonight. They are going to take this to the drink houses and to their homes, and they're going to talk about what happened tonight.
Makara defeated a male Karen the only way you can defeat a male Karen. Don't engage.
Let's not forget the rest of the warriors that were present for the raid and know the results. They're going to be talking too.
Yup.
There's going to be a lot of conflicting stories going on.
Exactly. And so, we passed through the night.
Good, I needed the stress, I needed the downtime.
Long rest, my friends.
Can I just at this point
Cool.
then, for Makara,
Yeah.
as she's in her hut, she is pretty much praying to her little tribute to her fiance and her father that she has set up in there. And she's pretty much just praying for guidance on, like, help me find the strength to keep this going.
Right?
I
feel like that's important for her.
I'm just healing stress and preparing to take a home.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing.
Gotcha.
Can my boy needs to sleep.
preparation.
When getting back, because previously he had already bathed, he had changed clothes. This is a point where he is... It's something that he's heard about. He's done maybe a few times, but it's not something he's actively done before. But he finds, when he's retired to bed, before he actually goes to sleep, he basically takes some time to meditate.
Okay.
To kind of go over the events of the last 2 days. The things that have happened, how he has changed. And following that through line, not necessarily actively seeking it out to find an answer within himself, but kind of basically putting It's almost like stepping into the flow of a river and seeing where his thoughts take him. Where the flow of the changes within him will take him within himself. He's not actively seeking anything. He's just more like... It's almost like following the circulation of his spiritual nature.
Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Would his thoughts start with they or I?
I'm going to leave it to a fate roll. Because I don't know. So, for your information, big die is hope, little die is fear.
I know, but you asked for dessert. That means you're done eating. I know you didn't get dessert, but you asked for dessert. That means you're done eating. What is this where you finish dinner and then come back half an hour later wanting more dinner? What's up with that? It only happens on pizza night. What was it?
Big die is hope, little die is fear. Ooh. But I didn't say which is which for thought process. Not to you, anyway.
Fair enough.
I have the answer.
Okay. It is almost bedtime. It is almost bedtime? Oh, it is. Yeah, we're like 8 minutes away. Yeah, you should make better decisions, baby. I love you very much. We love.
It reminds me of when she's not supposed to have more than one sugary treat a day because she's got 2 cavities. But every day she comes asking for Tootsie Roll Pops from my dad because he won't remember.
Oh, she found the loophole.
I don't think she's necessarily... She's like 4, so I don't think she's consciously aware of it. But
she knows she gets it more often from him than she would anyone else.
all she has to do is ask Pops. So I rolled higher on the fear, which means my thoughts follow I.
All right.
What? Okay. Good night, my love.
Did that's the only thought that she loves you.
Go on up
And I
and
focus
start
for
getting
you,
ready
bro.
for bed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good night, Auntie.
No, you should go on to bed. 53.
Yeah.
Well, here.
Oh, and
Probably
so it's
start
57.
with you guys, so.
Like, what? And then my clock says 55. These clocks are all over the place.
Yeah,
That's not connected to anything.
Yeah.
These say 58, 50, what, 50,
55.
55.
Who
That's
knows? Intentionally a couple minutes back. Not a lot, but
But why the fuck not?
I must protect myself. I have so many things to protect myself from. Before the bastard got here, I had no worries. There was only my sister. Now, I have the army. I have the bastard. I have my father. I have Ophalos. I may even have Cronus. All worried about me and what is gathering. As you try to not let that bother you, you find a certain amount of joy, giddiness at the thought of the tattoos and those who would take them.
There was no denying that he enjoys the fact that there is that form of dedication, as problematic as it is.
And how easily you fit into it, how worthy your form is now of it. But I can't think like that.
Not yet.
I can't think like that. I can't allow myself to think like that. Those thoughts are dangerous. But true.
Mm-hmm. Does it have for curiosity, does it feel like another presence is speaking to me, or is this my ego?
This is purely ego. Gotcha. Yeah. No.
Wanted to just make sure.
Yeah. No. When first you presented yourself to the game master thought prideful son.
Mm-hmm.
But your facility on the field and the dedication which you showed to saving Cronus and interfering with the enemy and making sure that your men were well taken care of on the way to and from the battle, these show me that there's an actual dude in there who poses quite well as prideful son, but also there's a little bit of the prideful son that lives in there.
Strixus is that. He has a care for those under his command, those around him. That is genuine. He's also aware that you catch more flies with honey. Thus is the Infernus way. Something his brother hasn't caught on yet.
So yeah, I when you're alone at night with your thoughts, you have the serious thoughts of that leader.
Mm-hmm.
But they're, of course, always pursued or harried at the edges by the prideful son.
Yes. Not yet. Not yet. I think that's what his mantra has been. Not yet.
The thing that carries the most weight, though, is that your father might now see you as a threat. And that is unavoidable and must be dissuaded at best and cut off at worst. It's the thing that you keep going back to. I can't have him thinking that I am his enemies, that I have desires.
I think it's that sense of needing to protect myself that helps to manifest the domain card I took at level 5. Smite.
Did that answer your flow of consciousness, or is there some element of that I have not addressed?
I was more so trying to follow the flow. No, it does. He wasn't necessarily looking for esoteric answers within himself to discover what are these changes. He was just more following the flow of the events. He can find the answers to why he has changed at a later time. Right now, there are other things to do.
Such as determine the actual value of the relationship with the orcs.
Yes, that is something I need to work out. Having numbers is good, and they're adequate fighters, undisciplined but ruthless.
Can you give me a presence check? please. What we're checking here is to see how you, with your commander's eye,
Mm-hmm.
are able to appraise how those under her command responded to that.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, I don't think I have any experiences that could help with that. Outside of maybe Reaver, because I would have seen command on the field. Well, I could use Inspiring Commander, but I'm not using that.
Yeah, but you know what the qualities are that require
So-
one to be one.
The hope I just prepared I'll spend. So adding +2. Crit!
Crit.
Double twos.
Nice.
I get the hope back.
Yeah. Unspent. Net zero there.
Yep.
Those that were on the field with her that day
Mhm.
actually respected her. There was no delay in her offers, and even when she was out of their direct view,
Mhm.
they still followed her orders as though she were looking on. Those 20 men
Mhm.
fully respected Makara the Mutilated.
The question is, what about the other 6,000?
Exactly. However, because you do not know the nature of the orc and whether men are ever allowed women on the battlefield, you can assume that since that dedication was part and parcel with the entire unit, that it's probably fairly strong at home. So above the table,
Mhm.
you wouldn't even really think that something that could have happened tonight that we witnessed
Mhm.
above the table would have happened. She
Yep.
seems like she's absolutely the well-seated leader at home.
Considering, I think the only thing that might have caught his attention was the fact that she was the only female.
Right.
The Infernus don't have strict, gentrified guidelines on who's a soldier, so there was a good mix of men and women amongst the Legionnaires and all those others with us, but she was the only one. Not that I can draw any hard conclusions from that, but it's just something he may have, thinking back on it, may have noticed.
I would do that, yeah. Especially on a crit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean anything to him, it's just something he counted.
Yeah. You would be aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then a couple of minutes of passing interest over the frog, over the reptile.
Useful.
Useful, yeah, literally, and not even quite sure how. It's not like you saw him do anything other than stand his ground against 7 or 8 of your guys.
Which is commendable.
Right? And that alone was.
And his information, if we can verify it, could prove invalid. His loyalty being bought with gold and shiny things is also useful.
Could that also prove to be a liability?
It could if someone offers him more shiny things.
A solution can be found in just never letting your offer be talked.
True. Yes, and if necessary, there is the more binding contractual way of it. That would be more difficult to pull off. But possible. For now, a useful asset. The longevity of such a relationship is questionable. Strixus being of the more warrior type, would be more inclined to believe that Makara's promise will last longer than the frog.
That is fair. That is absolutely fair.
Then his thoughts fall to his dear sweet brother.
How close am
He knows too much already.
He killed.
He knows.
Sorry.
too much, and despite his annoyances, is good at playing the game in his own way. He's missing a few game pieces, but he's still in the game, which is commendable.
I'm just gonna say I'm not playing the same game you are.
Mhm.
The options are limited, but relatively obvious.
Hmm.
You either have to find an equal or superior leverage.
Mhm. The teleportation is interesting. He can surmise that Father and the other advisors would have taken note of that and been absolutely concerned.
It's
Can't-
something you could also foster in them.
As to when this could happen again. There's no telling if he has no control over it, which he's already admitted. My transformation is alien, certainly, but I am fully within control of my own abilities. He does not appear so. And yes, before any he's like playing out an argument.
Right. And I'm trying to be the
Yeah.
other side of that for you.
And
so.
yes, I created something outside of my own control. But even then that proved useful, due to the meat being supremely nourishing to us. He has talents, I can give him that. His reliability is the biggest question. Because not only did he vanish in the middle of the night, appear miles away from the combat where he may have been able to save some of the lives that were lost. His cowardice is, I think, too strong a word. Doesn't fit him that well. The turning invisible and doing the other things that he did.
Perhaps not cowardice, but craven.
That's a better word. If someone's going to take me out, do it with a knife in front of me. It's the only way I'm going to respect you after I'm dead.
That's part of what bothers you so much, is that he doesn't think like a warrior does. Like every other Infernus that you know, they think like a man with a weapon in his hand. This guy does not think like that. And how do you counter someone that does not think like you? You do not have the benefit of any experience that could help you in direct toe-to-toe, mind-to-mind conflict with this person.
I grew up privileged. I grew up training with warriors, tutors, a few scholars. I didn't have to live amongst the lower classes. Therefore, the only way for me to combat someone who rose themselves up from such a station is to find someone else who did.
And like so many other nights, you fall asleep with the thought of your brother being the last thing to rattle.
And the last thing he rattles is, despite his annoyances.
I'm honored.
Despite the annoyances, despite the problems he's caused me, the last thought in his head was, I haven't had this much fun in years.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Fikraimaan.
I did tithe and prepares.
And can you describe your preparation ritual?
I have a shopping list.
Jesus.
My handwriting is bad.
No. I totally get it.
I do imagine not all of that's going to be very easy.
What do you offer to those who keep that?
Well, I didn't say I was going to ask for it.
Oh? Okay. You should roll.
Which one to roll?
That's finesse, baby boy.
Sneaky.
Baby boy. That's a cop.
Can you describe your approach before you tell me the results of your roll?
So ultimately, I'm going for this particular item. I'm going to approach the area where I believe I know where they are, which I don't think is very far from where I would be anyways. So
It's all relative. It was a 15, 20 minutes.
It's walking distance.
Yeah.
And I would approach quietly and keep an eye out for anybody that would be close by. Potentially could see me doing anything.
Okay. I am going to need two finesse checks.
Okay.
This is just for the approach.
Interesting. So that is a 16 for the first one with fear.
I will take that. And the second?
It's an 18 with fear.
Target number for both?
What did you take me? What were you trying to take?
Now for the taking. Sir. The magic number you wrote.
Yes.
I need you to make 3 of those.
Yep. Oh, double ones, please.
You want to fail this?
He sucks the energy out of the bad things by saying, he takes the meaning from the word.
That is a 12 with hope.
I, Jack, did not actually number. Okay.
You, that is a 4 with hope.
Get a lot of hope.
I'm already full. That is another 4 with hope.
So it's 12, 4, and 4?
Yeah, 12, 4, and 4. Yeah, 1 and 3 twice. And I have no bonuses in my next.
Neither do I. But I'm not trying to be sneaky.
One finds its way into the folds of your robe. As you go to maneuver the second, you just tip the top of it, and the sound of it tipping and rolling back, contacting another one in the container in which they are held, causes beautiful ringing sound. And the two who you managed to get by are now subject to rolls. Can I get 2 D6s? This is an advantage die representing each of the people who is
You want to roll them one at a time?
sure.
First one's a 3. Second one's a 6.
Huh. At the campfire, you hear. Did you hear that? Yeah. You heard that too?
I cast invisibility.
And so are able to leave with only one. Not nothing. Everything else is easily enough just gone and requisitioned from uh, from county houses and fly huts and that kind of stuff. All the rest of it.
I know of that I could think of you maybe wanting to steal would be more glycerin.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
You fucked up, sir.
Nah, none of them blew up.
So it was glycerin.
I wasn't exactly trying to hide it.
Yeah.
You are permitted to take that hope as this was your preparation. Is there anything else you want to do over the course of the
No. Packing everything that I've collected in a bag ready to go explore is the way that my head tells me to say it.
Okay. Is it your intention to go solo?
I intend on advising Father to let me go out and work on public relations before I actually do, but I wanted to be prepared before I...
Be ready to leave immediately in case he says yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Approach him ready to go instead of approaching him.
Daddy, can I go out and play?
Yeah, my friends in the nearby town, and I want to go see him. We're gonna go fishing.
All right.
Well, we got till sundown.
DJ!
Well, the torchlights come on.
Don't say that to somebody who's an underground dweller. Torches are always on.
When the torches turn off.
Then there's a problem.
Right?
Yeah.
Before the changing of the torches.
And so the night passes.
Come morning time, there was something I would like to do, but if you have something else planned.
Yeah, what's up?
I think something occurred to me that I want to go check out. So once Strixus is awake, doing the regular morning routines, touching bases with his retainers, and perhaps being a little bit more chatty with them than usual, trying to find out where they came from, how they came up. It doesn't have to be a whole roleplay thing right now. He's just kind of starting that conversation.
Gotcha. All right.
The intention being, you need to find out if their families have always served, whether it be our nobility or another, or if they did come from low-born streets and then were raised to serve more nobility. Starting where he has the most control for gathering information. But what I want to go check out is the walls where we keep souls. The larder, so to speak. Going over to there, I want to see if there's new ones.
So we gave a description. There are the gray wispies, and then there are what color were the other ones?
I think they were pale.
I think they were just a paler, lighter.
And I'll talk to like the tallymen who keep track of that as well as part of this.
So the lead tallyman at the stockyard now is an older gentleman named Paristus. He is most deeply honored that the son of His Imperial Highness would come to visit him at his far corner of the cavern. Your Royal Highness, it is my deep pleasure to find you here in my yard. How can this lowly tallyman serve your need?
To satisfy curiosity. In the previous day, there was combat with the natives. Many of them were killed. Tell me, have there been any new random inclusions to the numbers?
Within the last
2 to 3 days.
None, my lord.
I see.
While we do find our numbers swell, that number has been static since the day of our arrival.
No surges.
None.
What is a curiosity of mine here? I wondered if the deaths of those inhabitants may have swelled our soul resources.
Oh, a worthy question, my lord. Indeed. However, we do know from the workings universal that a soul once hacked from the living shell is delivered through the Demezin into the pit from which we draw, the wellspring of the Infernus, where the oh crap. Emergent
Specific
broken.
language.
It's almost like we were on the same wave.
We forgot the word we made up.
Where the raving are gathered. The raving are pushed through their the first set of tasks, usually lasting some 1,000 to 10,000, depending on their receptiveness, and are then refined, my lord, into the tortured. The tortured, after another somewhat similar period of time, are then refined into the damned, and then can be put to use. More specific, more intelligent, ordered use. We find that the tortured that we stand among today, which are my purview, my lord, are good for what you see. They stand. They move forward only when ordered to do so, but can take no order other than that.
Tell me, do our stocks have any sort of connection to the circles still? Considering the dimensional distance.
None, my lord. The only connection was the raving that powered the rifts. The 20,000 souls that the incubus ordered be reaved and so drained of their energy to pour into the formation of the rift, causality of the rifting, my lord.
Then,
Now that we are here, separated from our pit, we are completely dependent upon the imps and their portals to gain any sort of resources, be they brimstone or souls of any type.
do you have records of any shipments?
I am not a keeper of such records. I can tell you that with the exception of the 10,000 some new souls that we find ourselves in possession of, there have been no new additions to the number of the tortured we find ourselves with.
Curious.
If there are souls being transported, they are not being placed under my direction.
I can't imagine that any coming from the pit would be of different coloration. They're coming from somewhere. What did you say your name was?
I am called Peristus, my lord.
Tourists. Not to the dereliction of your other duties. I want you to investigate, to the best of your ability, where these other souls may be coming from.
So I have already dedicated much of my time, my lord.
I see.
It is most confusing. I am deeply confounded. Grateful, of course, to have so many more numbers of them in my care. Of course, they are a resource to be treasured as ever. But as to where they might have come and why they take this particular form, all undeniable mysteries to me, my lord, at this early day.
You spend much time with these souls, yes?
All of it, my lord.
Have you noticed any, other than the coloration, any distinct differences between those we brought and those that have appeared? Your hesitation speaks much.
I seek merely to find a way to articulate, my lord. The answer to your question is yes. There has been some effect, some result of their presence, of my being in their presence. How to gauge, to measure what it is, how to express what it is a difficult thing. I did not rise, my lord, to my position. I was once a leader of men, not a wrangler of souls. A certain amount of failure, my lord, can only be tolerated for so long. My commanders, they met their limit.
I understand that.
In the some 60 years that I've been in service, to the tally, specifically, I was weighted by that Pheal.
It is a heavy burden.
It was, my lord.
You tell me this in correlation to these souls.
From the day we arrived, from the first moment I spent in the presence of one of these newer, the only word I have for them, some small amount of that weight, my lord, was lifted.
They lifted a bit of that guilt.
Guilt, my lord.
Don't say that word. Regret?
The weight, my lord, of whatever we should designate it, has not been felt upon my shoulders in quite some time. It has been lifted more and more, some small amount by the day. And I find myself most recently content with my lot. Understanding the result, the causality,
Enlightenment.
I hesitate to use even that word, my lord, but relief?
May I see these souls?
They stand all around us. I have integrated them as best I can with every shipment to be dispersed amongst the cabin.
I'll walk over to one of them. Just a random one.
Okay.
Reach out, clawed fingers against their cheek. Do I sense anything like what's changed in me in them? I like it.
Can I get a perception check?
Right, that'd be instinct.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use the specific phraseology you've offered.
Mm-hmm.
What was your question, sir?
Do I sense in them?
No. Yeah. You had a question that I interrupted when I was.
That was.
It was about the dialogue.
Oh no, I was double checking. Like it's instinct.
Instinct, yes. Perception is an instinct.
I forgot to say it earlier. I rolled my prayer dice. I got 2 3s and 2.
Gotcha. Thank you.
I think I will spend one of those 3s because this is important to me. So, 23 with fear.
What they bring, what they offer, what they give, what you get from being in their presence is completely unrelated to what has happened. What regret feels lighter to you after having touched this soul?
His recent failures at keeping more of those soldiers alive. Particularly those, I believe it was 1 or 2 of them that were killed by the things he created.
I like that. That makes a lot of sense to me. As you brush the cheek of where the cheek would be, a wisp could be a tendril of wispy hair, wraps around your finger, and as you withdraw your hand from where an eye would be,
Mm-hmm.
the lid opens, and you see consciousness on the other side, as though looking into an eye.
I lean in. You're aware, aren't you?
The eye closes, and the wisp drifts through your fingers and settles back down.
What's his name again?
Aristus, my
I knew it was a P. That was me asking.
That's sorry. I went through it in character, motherfucker.
Paristus.
Aristus.
Paristus just hears me start laughing. Paristus. They're conscious. Some part of them is still there. Offering absolution. That's the main thing.
We'll pull the camera out on that chuckle, that chuckling laughter echoing off of the walls.
Ooh, that's fascinating.
Did you see my message? I did not. Discord.
Oh, that's cool. Interesting.
Is it in Draco? Yeah. Oh, you're back. Thank you. There you are. Just saying. No, yeah.
Did I touch on some deep lore stuff again?
What? Back at Grimfang.
Yeah,
It's just now morning.
it is now morning.
Time to drop the hammer.
Would you like?
Where does Makara make her home in the town of Grimfang? I have do I have it here, or am I gonna have to send it on the other? Oh, I gave it to you. Yes, I did give it to you.
Honestly, when I looked at it hard, it would be dope if she lived in the castle area.
It does make sense that she would right now.
The Chieftain's Hall.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that
Absolutely.
that's where I would
Absolutely.
say.
It is your right. After having claimed the head of the former leader and his men, after they killed your man.
Yes.
So you awaken at dawn, do you think, or do you sleep in? What is your habits?
Particularly with this morning, she is going to wake up on the earlier side, to make the preparations of, like, hey, this is what fucking happened.
Right.
Kind of thing. To then go present it to this people, yeah. I'd also say technically the elders, because I do see that being the elders do kind of hold a higher rank in the system.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like with healers, generally, other stuff. So yeah, so she is pretty much waking up early for this.
how should we model this society? Is this like human nobility, where you would have servants and courtiers? Is this a fully warrior society, where you would have, if anybody, squires? Would you have slaves? Would you have how does life in the chieftain's castle and work?
Honestly, it's not anything super fancy. It is built the same way as the regular life people, just it's bigger.
Okay.
Like, it's one of those that...
Would you say there are members of the tribe who, from chieftain to chieftain, keep the hold? Who, like, attend to the current chieftain, keep the hold cleaned, intact, and such? Not necessarily, like, slavery. It's just, that's what they've done.
A bloodline
Right.
that is maintained service to the rules
Serfs.
of the clan.
Because otherwise you just have a big old house
Right.
that you would have to do everything in. Which is, if that's what you want.
And that may have been what you inherited. Did you keep that?
Right. Well, I'm also thinking it was multiple tribes that ended up coming as one.
Mhm.
So it's like each one could have had its own way of life.
Right.
So it's like, for her to keep tensions on the low side, she would keep things as simplistic, but almost even across the board with everybody.
So perhaps representatives in the household from each of the former tribes, they're not indentured. They earn perhaps a pay in, like, grain or food for their family.
Now, what I can see, too, is within the castle area, yes, that is where the chieftain lives, but then with the other tribes, their top elder
Mhm.
pretty much also resides in the same area.
Right.
Like, it is a higher standing, but...
It's almost like in the town center, there's the chieftain's hut and then the elder homes.
Yeah. That's how I would see it, because she still wants to give the respect to those. Because I can see that really being a big tension issue. She just no, my rule.
Oh yeah, no, respect is everything.
So, to fit that with what I pulled out of my ass last night, there are 8 other tribes. There are 8 tribes that are gathered within Grimfang. Each one of the elders was one of the elders from those tribes, each representing their own tribe. There are 9 tribes represented here. Your husband was the leader of the 9th tribe.
Sad backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Tragic. Ever so tragic.
Ever so true.
Isn't that different? Isn't that something that you don't see very frequently in the internet?
You never see that. You never see that in TTRPGs.
It's new. Yeah, it's new.
Everyone's always so happy, and then they decide to go fight evil.
I'm just gonna point out. Look at Thick's backstory. Right? just for reference.
I can't.
I fell into a pot of gold and now I can't get out.
No.
My shoes are too tight.
Simple. Perhaps this.
No.
Maybe
God, it's awesome.
the traditions of the other tribes. Some of them have attendants that tend to their areas. Maybe some of them don't. Perhaps there is sort of the shared areas are tended to by equal members, while private abodes are tended to, however, the chieftain sees fit.
Or big
elder
anime
sees
people,
fit.
so we could equate it like the samurai or bushi tribes, where there's mountain samurai who are rough around the edges. They don't necessarily cotton to the social mores, but the station and rank are still demanded. The respect is still demanded. But they wouldn't necessarily have like footmen and butlers, and they would be more inclined to be as you, to serve yourself. But then there would be the white crane samurai who is very frail and has to have footmen to help him make every decision. And so I
think it's a mixture, and then there are members of the tribe that just volunteer to come help with things.
If I'm helpful, I get promoted.
If I help, I go on next raid. I get big money,
Right? Get honor and prestige.
and I get big money.
So you wake early and start to steel yourself for the day. There is at one point a gentle knock at the door as one of the house servants not awakens, but arrives, thinking maybe she might be waking you. But she taps gently on the door, does not wait for a response. She pushes the door open and backs in, pushing a little trolley that has a steaming ceramic bowl, hand-wrought ceramic bowl, couple of plates of vegetables, couple of plates of hot meats, and she begins the process of backing through the door and then turning around and seeing you standing there, not expecting you to even be out of bed yet. She jumps a little bit.
Outfit check, are you dressed?
She's gonna do it.
Luckily, this time, yes.
That's the servant. In another universe.
But the question becomes, is that a male or female servant?
Does it matter?
Probably not. Not in this society.
This one is a female, but
Okay, what is their name?
Gosh.
I got another name so I can address them.
Tim.
What is their name?
some call me
Tim. But it's spelled Thim.
Sul.
Soon.
Sul.
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 Oh, you were just coming up with.
Hey,
That's a name for another one!
I honor your authorship.
It's something I pulled out of my ass.
I like it.
That's all we're doing in this.
I know. It's all just pulling out of our ass.
That's what TTRPG is.
It's in the theme song.
You're right. I was not anticipating you to be awake. Yesterday must have been quite draining.
It was. I do apologize, Soul, for the jump there.
It's all right. I'm certainly more awake now than I was.
Have you just brought me the morning meals?
Morning repast. What are you, queen? What are you?
No, chieftain. That is it. That's tied goes
Gotcha.
along.
Your morning repast, chieftain. Will you take it here? Shall I set the table? You're not hungry. I'll leave it
not
over here.
particularly, no.
I'll leave it over here. If you don't get to it, that's fine. We can reheat it. We can give it to some of the poor. It's here for you. Is there anything that I can do to?
I'm just trying to make up the reports for for the skirmish. I'm gonna use that word, not raid.
Downplay how dangerous it was. Difficult to do with the amount of loss to you.
No, and I know, and that
She wants to use skirmish, but
it's one of those that she's trying to use smaller words to make it feel a little better, knowing that the death is there.
Right. And that's the thing that you have to balance everything against. And I
In honesty, if she tells me it's not a fucking skirmish, it was great, that's fine. Lay it on me.
it gets quieter. She doesn't acknowledge one way or the other the terminology that you use. She rolled a 3.
of course.
She's just gonna let her talk, okay. I have to present this to the elders, and can we say out of the 8 last night that there were a couple that were actually part of the elders, that the high rank elders?
Yeah, all of them were good.
They were
Okay.
all there to
They were all
chew
there,
you
okay.
out.
Okay. Because I'm like, that would be kind of cool.
They were all there.
They were all arrayed there to demand that you step down. Yeah.
They wanted a very different response.
Yeah.
They've already begun to assemble in the moot hall.
Not too surprising.
They're not demanding you make your appearance yet, but they are already gathering and formulating their arguments.
Of course they are. You know what, so go ahead and leave me be for right this moment. I will be out there here soon.
She steps out. What was your husband's name?
Krok. K-R-O-K-K?
The door closes, and you turn with the stress of this. And as you turn, you feel the weight of Krok's hands on your shoulder, and it begins to rub the back of your neck where you like. It's not me, shush. Your other husband.
And it's leaving a hole in the attic. I'm your other husband. Sorry.
Floraline is the other brother.
They have not raised a blade in decades. They have forgotten what it feels to ride on a field of blood. You can remind they have not rode home in glory such as yours, my love, ever. And you can show them what it is to do that. You feel him grab you by the shoulders, one on the other, and to turn you around. And you turn with your eyes closed, ready to meet his embrace. Kiss does not come.
I was just thinking.
Yeah, big time. Big time. And that's actually really kind of bittersweet there because I was going to have her go to the little altar because she still kept his ring.
That's what you're facing. You are facing that altar. As you turn around, he was standing in exactly that line. So when you turn around and open your eyes expecting to see the face of your husband, you see the altar, the carving that you've made. That is the best you could do to meet his likeness.
Honestly, this is emotional. Like, right, man?
The 3 deal.
Fuck you.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah. Mm. Mm. She's gonna go walk closer to the altar. She's just gonna put her pretty much hand over the carving image and then her other hand over the wedding band. And she's just gonna kind of let that energy soak. And just big breath in. She's just gonna lightly whisper, "I love you, thank you." And she's gonna almost kind of like straighten herself back out a little bit and composure. And then proceed to walk out the door.
How are you handling doing 3 different things at the same time?
I'm in my element, sir.
Take it.
I am having so much fun. As long as you guys don't mind the gaps.
Not
No.
bothering me. I'm getting story.
Good.
Right, it's one of those, it's interesting, the different things going on. So
3 different flavors.
Oh yeah, no. This is great. The cinema.
yeah, pretty much.
Exactly how I'm figuring. That's how I'm trying to break it into scenes, like a good editor would do.
Once I awaken from sleeping and whatever that Vic does that time.
He sleeps.
Are you sure
question
she
mark?
does that?
That is a question mark. And
All he knows is he
No.
lays down, closes his eyes, and sometimes he wakes up where he closed his eyes.
I'd like to say most of the time he does that.
But who knows?
We'll see how the rest of the campaign goes.
So, give me just a moment. Oh dear.
Did he wake up where he was before?
Am I still in my own bed? Is that how you wake up?
Yes.
Bed of a woman now.
Good.
No, it's your horse.
What? You wake up in your horse. Oh God.
I was thinking of like The Godfather, and then y'all took it somewhere else.
So anyway, that's like a blood thing.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Rock cannon.
It's a centaur.
Oh.
That horse really does like me.
Yeah.
It's a secret it's a secret were centaur.
might explain a few things. I wake up in my own bed.
You wake up in your own bed. Tell me what is the thing that you can latch on to first that confirms to you that you are in your own bed? What is the thing that signifies, quote, home, unquote?
That's a wonderful question. Okay, so it's gonna sound a little weird.
No other than waking up inside your mind.
Crawling out like
That's what he said.
go crawling out like Ace Ventura.
Anyway,
I'm sorry. We're back.
We are the bad guys.
Remember that. Listen to the laughter in the room. Don't be sorry. Regret, but no sorry. So,
I feel bad, but I won't apologize.
the animated shorts of that non-canon scene are going to be terrible.
Right. Please send us your artwork, please.
So, those the first one could be it. So on Vic's nightstand, essentially, I imagine he would have an accountant's dossier. Just a folder or a notebook of paperwork that is numbers. That's what brought him to where he is now. That is how he got to where he is, technically. His relationship. So he's going to want something of that nature to be close to home. Okay, so the first thing he's going to do, aside from, yes, it is still soft, and the papers are there.
So, without having to even open your eyes, you reach your hand out onto your side table, and it is the thick spiral of a copper wire that is bound through the 8 holes that it's so easy for you to recognize that feeling, that big 1.5 inch coil of copper and paper. You are in your own.
Good. With that relief, open his eyes and prepare himself, wash, dress, go get food if necessary. If food comes to be, awesome. But otherwise, go through the morning routine of I am at home, this, and this happens. Now I can do whatever I need to do for the rest of the day.
During your morning ablutions, as you're washing your face, there is a spot on your forehead that it just dry your face off, just rub a couple extra rubs with your palm, and it goes away.
I think I know what you mean. But yes. Oh, maybe not.
Hey, what do you do next, motherfucker? Stop thinking. Stop thinking. He didn't think about it. He wiped it off and it went away.
Yeah. I thought I knew what you were hinting at, but then
I have
other thoughts dropped in there too. It's like,
See, this is the problem when you know too much about the extended world.
Possibly. So, after getting breakfast and all that, I will prepare myself and then go ask for a meeting with the patriarch, the Hexarch.
During your breakfast, a couple of times, you find your finger drifting up to, and then you go back to your meal.
You're not a part of this. Go away.
Go to the Wailing Gallery. You announce your presence to the Chamber Herald there. Wait patiently. Eventually, the double doors open, and you wake up in your own bed. That nice, thick, comfortable spiral copper paper.
Confused. Fish will follow the same pattern he just did. Wake up, do all the morning things. He's still noticing the itch.
Yes. What are you feeling? When you go to sense that sensation, are you feeling... I'm not even going to ask. I can't ask. What are you feeling for? What are you trying to be aware of?
Okay. I'm going to tell you what I think is going on.
Why? That's the fucking question, dude.
Part of the suspense.
I love you.
I love you too.
You can tell me whatever you want, dude. I will absolutely happily listen. I'm just giving you shit.
No, I get it. But also, I can tell you that doesn't mean you're going to give me an answer.
Exactly. You can tell me whatever you want.
So my initial idea, the one that was like, yeah, okay, I know what you're hinting at. My new domain card. The one that's going to come in handy soon, hopefully. But also,
What was it, Smite?
That was what I took.
Hey,
No.
you know what
I actually am not 100% certain which one. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is not what I wanted.
that implies one of the other ideas might be the right one, but
I'll just give you that one straight out.
It was like,
Not what I
I
want.
feel like he's avoiding the most obvious one.
Yep. Nope. Anyway. That's a good thing. That's my first thought.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm.
What are you feeling for?
No, that's my answer to that question. I don't know what I'm feeling for. My next thought is maybe I'm feeling for another message from my patron, but he's been. I struggle to use the word direct.
It's a bit less direct. Yeah, I see why you would struggle with that one. What I will tell you directly You already had that communication.
I need to go get that paperwork today. Already have it.
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, okay.
1d6 from each of you, please.
Oh, 1d6?
Yep.
3.
Net 3.
So total 6 to something.
19 with fear.
This sounds appropriate.
Yeah.
And then also adding.
No.
So you,
Assuming we adding.
19. 19?
19, 18 on the die.
And then 3 from both of us.
25.
That was a very valid question. Or statement.
Is that the right number? 19 plus 6?
19 plus 6 is 20.
If you're adding both of our die, it's 6, yeah.
Okay. Let's, okay.
At one point,
Yeah, that's okay.
where are you going now?
Can I make an obvious suggestion?
Where did I get my shopping list done?
Macy's? What? Where did you get it done? I'm not sure what the context of that question is.
The rest of the shopping list.
Down at commissaries. There's a line of warehouses that have been erected in the military district, the non-residential district.
So my first instinct is to go back there and investigate something, or at least see what's going on. The other one that is less likely to me, but
Just ignore me. You keep talking.
I don't trust you either.
We got it on edge.
I know she doesn't have information, but
Right.
she might have an idea that I don't trust. The other idea does feel very valid, but probably could. Is going to the blasters camp,
Hi.
the sappers camp,
What?
and investigating what's going on over there.
Oh, I got 2 cats. Got Freya behind me and Onyx. Quick fuck.
Sappers camp commissary. Because I don't have a fucking clue, and the only commissary. Interesting. There's a 12 on the commissary. Okay. So I'm going to eat my breakfast and go to the commissary and investigate what's going on. See if I can get a shame. Weird.
Ignore me!
You finish your breakfast, and you gather your belongings and head to the door of your quarters. You open the door to your quarters. You wake up.
feel like there's an obvious thing here you're ignoring.
Yeah, the shit I've already got in my bags. The sulfur I already have.
Oh, you're fine. We'll shit that.
I guess I'm going to wake up in my bed again.
Yes, you are.
And immediately go digging through my bag to see what's off, what's not right.
Can I see your list?
That's okay. Someone else has been wanting to use Stoker.
Okay, bye. That's okay. I will not demand attention, only if you want it.
You get out of bed during your morning ablutions, go to dry your face off, and there's an itch. Can I get another perception check with you?
I think Vic's fucking up right now.
Can I get one die 6 from each of you, please?
5.
Oh, 2.
So 7 total from us.
So that makes that, what, 16?
It's 13 on the...
7.
So,
20 even. Yeah, alright. Overtones of brimstone?
why though?
I think I'm starting to think I was wrong.
So,
My idea was way wrong.
okay, yeah, okay, so,
Unless it wasn't.
Just thinking of
okay.
That's what I was thinking!
What were you?
third eye opening. That's what I thought was happening.
Yeah,
But then we started doing Groundhog's Day.
right? Well, I was like, okay, I remember during the session, summary from the last one that he had casted a thing on his father.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like, okay, I wonder if that's acting up again, but it just continues after a rest.
It stops, so.
No, I went to look at
Oh,
a thing behind you.
okay. Like, staring at me because of what I fucking did.
No.
So that was my idea. That's why I wanted to read the card, and then I was like, no, because you learned information, so...
Yeah, it doesn't linger after the rest.
Yeah.
Are we in a good place?
Yeah, let's just...
Starting to look genuinely...
Oh no, you're good. I'm confused and trying to process, but I need a name, and I want to have the name, and I want to surprise you by having the name. Oh, you fucker! That's
Dude, I just had a...
I didn't even hear anything. All I heard was
It
noises.
was really fucking close to the name that I was thinking. You
See,
fucker.
you were right. Take the win and let's move on.
Yeah, just take it. It's free.
I love you. I love you too. Yeah. So, but that's a really cool detail. But why the fuck him specifically?
Because why the fuck not?
I'm going to say his name out loud in an attempt to get his attention if he's still here.
And you get Ophel, and you wake up. Before you even get out of bed, your hand goes to the spot on your forehead.
Isn't it time?
No.
This is not a time.
And then
This is
instinctively it goes to your nose, and you get sulfur and brimstone.
I don't even eat breakfast this time. I'm going straight into. Is there a special place where they gather?
Can I? Yes, there is.
Can I? Yes, you can.
Yeah. Of course I can. That's why I was like, of course I can. I'm the fucking GM.
Yes. I'm going to get dressed and go there, wherever there is.
No, you're just gonna run in naked.
No, I'm getting dressed. Fuck you.
In a chamber adjacent to
The Wailing Gallery.
to the Wailing Gallery, to your father's meeting hall, meeting chamber, the throne. You can go charging in there. You're of the blood. You don't need to be admitted.
I will say,
Oh.
I didn't want to interrupt this. I did want to say, though, after my time over with the souls,
Mhm.
I was also going to head towards Father, but I don't want to interrupt this.
But good to know.
I am going to just barge in.
Ooh.
This is great.
You know what? It makes sense considering you've been Groundhog Day several times now.
Yeah. I did a fate roll to see if I was going to be respectful or.
Now, respect,
Oi, motherfucker.
respect is done. Respect is done now.
It was a 1 on the hope die.
You are done. You are absolutely finished.
I'm about to have words with. I'm assuming a phallus.
You push the doors open, and you step into a haze of smoke, brimstone, treacle, sulfur. Through that haze, you see the outline of a form. Is that a shimmer of gold? Is that pink skin? Unbowed, you continue pressing through in order to confront Ophalos, and suddenly the smoke clears, and your patron stares you in the eye, and you win.
Mm-hmm. I think your sugar daddy said you fucked up. I could be wrong, but I don't know.
I have no idea. I've got no knowledge in that one. I've heard the voice. You feel like an angel?
No,
Okay.
not that I'm aware of.
That'd be wild.
Wouldn't it?
Would be.
God, what the fuck should I do with that information?
From Paristus' chamber?
I will ask him to focus on these new souls, not just to tally them, not to keep account. If not him, then maybe somebody else more capable or qualified. Study them closely. Because we need to understand why they're different, rather than just keeping account. If need be, if you need to have permission from the Hexarch to do such things, I will take it to him because it was my idea.
Very good, my lord. We'll see what can be done. Have you an issue with the introduction of any other, maybe knowledgeable or able to loan me resources
No, this is
in time?
no, this is beyond my purview. It's just something. I found it interesting that since I have changed, I wondered if there was a connection. But there doesn't. There seem to be. I don't feel as though what changes come to me isn't them. Theirs is something else. I think they are aware on some level. They're not broken. Not fully. And I think we need to know why.
And so this can be above board,
Yes.
as my lord wills. I'm
It's
quite relieved, in fact, to hear.
yes. No, this is above my abilities, and we would need to have permission of the Hexarch to even approach such things.
It will be as my lord says.
Do you want me to take it before the Hexarch, or would you prefer to prepare a report?
His Imperial Highness will, of course, need to know, but I believe that the chancellors, his chancellors, would be the next step in the chain before we bother His Imperial Highness with potentially unsubstantiated request for investigation. This is definitely far below His Imperial Majesty.
Of course.
Needs to know.
I'm heading to the Wailing Gallery after this. If I see one of the chancellors, I can mention it to them.
If you could grease the wheels, as it were, my lord.
Of course, I'm as curious as you are. Perhaps a little more.
Perhaps. He seems confused. Not addled.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will not take up any more of your time.
My lord.
And I will head towards the Wailing Gallery.
Gotcha.
Do I get Groundhog's Day?
Wake up.
Ah! I choose violence!
Do you need more time?
No.
You sure?
Yes, but no. So,
Would you like more time?
no. Under the belief that I'm still sleeping at this point, I'm going to call out to my patron and effectively directly ask what he needs of me right this moment. Explaining that I do have plans for what I can work on in the meantime, but if he needs me to do something first, I will work towards that first.
A d6 from each of you. These are advantage dice. Give me an intelligence check.
Oh, were the other ones? Oh. 5.
4.
So 9.
And
The clarification that these ones are advantage dice
I think the other
not
one-
encouraging.
I think the other ones were subtractions.
But we were putting the numbers up, and he was going, okay.
That doesn't mean that
I know!
Take-
He was helping us count up.
Yeah.
You're fucking right. Won't be subtracting out of that. Still went the way I wanted it to, so I don't give a fuck right now.
You failed successfully!
Yes, exactly. You succeeded failfully.
So total from us is +9. That helps.
That's 11 on my dice.
So 20.
I made up for the dice. What is a secret worth? If you admit that you're keeping.
I think I get it.
There's a couple different places I could go, actually.
I think I get it.
Ah. Yeah, that one. He's not happy that I did that.
You shared that they could communicate directly.
I take it that happened during your guys' last session.
No, it happened.
You rolled a 20, so I'm going to correct you.
Okay.
This is the wrong path. Huh. Okay. It does not have anything to do. The secret that he is talking about is not something else. It is directly relevant to what you have done and what you have been exploring this morning.
This morning, not last night?
Correct. What is the secret worth if you admit that you're keeping?
What did you do this morning when you first got up? The first checks that you were in your room. Where were you going to go?
The first loop, so to speak. I was on my way to the Hexart.
Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Hey, bud, check a mirror.
Do I not have a mirror in my quarters?
Probably have a mirror in your quarter.
What do you...
It's your quarters, man.
Look, I'm new to this whole royalty thing. I would have checked myself out, motherfucker.
I'm sorry, but a simple question. Yeah, you probably got a mirror. I would assume that you're looking in the mirror while you're feeling that, while you're drying yourself up. Yeah.
See, I was thinking
There's
you grew
nothing
a third eye.
visible.
There's nothing visible.
Is there something underneath?
Who would you have admitted anything to, given that every one of your experiences this morning has involved you alone and your intention to meet with one other soul?
Okay.
Is your patron mad that you're telling the Hex things?
No, my patron's mad because, well, we don't know that he's mad.
Mm-hmm.
Speculated mad.
We have assumed that he is upset. But, the guiding hand of my patron wants me to bring somebody with. Does not want me to meet the Hexart alone. I suppose I have been neglecting the course this week.
If I was in a rush to leave, that would be the button to end.
I love you.
Please, like, I will spend all the hope I have to make it the fucking horse. I'm only half joking. Oh, no.
There. So what he said there is he'll spend half of his hope to make sure it's the horse.
I need the other half in case I want to smite.
Do you need three hope for a smite?
You do 3 to charge up the attack, and then the next successful attack counts as double damage.
Damn.
See, that's kind of cool, but also, it's expensive.
It's once per rest.
That what? It's still expensive.
Yeah, and it counts as magic damage.
Okay, above board. It's not the horse, right? It's in case.
Buddy, it's not the horse.
Okay.
Who did you actually go to meet this morning? Who did you try to actually go and be in the physical presence of this morning?
The only person that I stated specifically was the Hexar, that was included.
Did you say your father?
Also, irrelevant.
Okay. The only named person was Phyllis.
Oh.
What is a secret worth if you admit that you are keeping it?
Okay, so hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
I was not going to Aphelis to tell him that I knew anything. I was going to Aphelis to ask him why he was in my room.
Your patron wants to slap you with his penis.
Believe you.
There's a chance I understand something. You found... I'm just trying to see if I can help. You found out about Aphelis basically having a direct line back to the Incubi Lords.
Mm-hmm.
Then you told me in the presence of other people.
You were so close.
Who else did you tell? It's just me, right?
I didn't tell anyone, including my patron.
I need you to make a sacrifice. Okay. What can you sacrifice? What do you have that would appease your patron right now enough to give you this answer that is so in your face obvious to your patron, and he feels that to the liar that impressed him so much that he offered him a substantial amount of his power to support.
How much favor do you have?
This fucking genius is turning out to be the biggest mistake he has made this century.
Only this century? So, like, I have a decent amount of favor. I have a lot of favor. I'm full on hope.
Can I make a hardcore suggestion? You're probably not going to get into any combat. You can sacrifice some HP.
I was going to suggest stress, but
I'm just
this is a
thinking
rather stressful situation.
stress also works. My thought process was like, you've pissed off the person that invested so much in you. HP is kind of the most valuable thing you have. That was my thought process.
Not to mention, that's something that I have almost the least of.
Mm-hmm.
So any mark there could very well be.
It's up to you.
Can I lie to my patron? You shut the fuck up.
Disadvantage.
I need to know the nature of the lie. I think I would need to know beforehand.
Above board, I would offer 2 hit points to my patron, and instead mark armor stats.
I hope you can stack experiences on this, but
I don't need to.
We've talked about how your armor slots are represented before, right? We talked about how fixed
no, it hasn't come up.
armor slots
It
are.
hasn't come up with us here in the room, at least, because you haven't been hit.
I have not been hit. No, I don't think we have. Vic is wearing soft armor.
That would not work. We were talking about Draco and his unarmored, and that was the conversation that we had. I couldn't remember which character it was that we had that conversation with regards to. No, it was Draco and his unarmored.
Yeah.
That was why we were talking about that. If you're actually doing damage to physical armor instead of taking hit points, that would be transparent to you.
Not if I perform and deceive with the trusted liar. And under the sphere of his influence, that would be a +9 to any roll that I do in that.
I would need Bexley to perform that lie. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I don't have the big flowy. Actually, I have something I can use. I can use this. I can use this. Borrowing this. Mechanical business.
It's not.
It's the wrong shade of green, and that's good.
And from whence flows the blood?
I'm with you.
Allowing you to make the demonstration, but that would be far too obvious. I will give you one more opportunity to come up with a way to make this demonstration before I take all of your favor.
Oh, not all of it.
And you'll still have to come up with something to sacrifice. Otherwise, you are not getting this answer, and you are just going to have to play it the way it lay, with no favor, and whatever you sacrifice off the board.
What if you offer 2 hit points, but do it in a way you try to lie and you only pay 1?
I mean, that's another option.
Because the only way I can see I don't know what your patron is, I don't know what they're about, but if you're obviously cutting along armor and your goal is to not bleed when they're expecting blood, it's hard to argue.
Yeah.
Unless you have a trick knife that's already full of blood, which I don't think you've got.
Having fun? You guys have fun?
Oh, I'm loving watching him squirm. You're having fun too.
I am. I'm very enjoying this.
I've been on the other end of demanding patrons outside of this game. I understand.
Yeah.
So, I wish to offer 6 favor and 4 stress. That is half my favor and half of my stress.
You feel a wetness, a tear forming in the corner of your eye. A single drop.
That's stress or HP.
In addition to what you have already put on the table. 1 hit. You're accepting the deal?
I'm accepting the
Gain a hit point.
And haven't lost any.
Gain a hit point.
Like, permanent?
Not permanent.
Okay, that's what I
It's
wanted
the
to check.
equivalent of a temporary hit point. It's got to go somewhere.
You know, fair.
If Ophalos or whoever has their eye on you knows that you know that they have their eye on you, you lose all advantage over that person who has their eye on you. What is the value of a secret if you admit to keeping it? If you were to go into Ophalos' room and accuse him of spying on you, that is either through the hole in your head or by being into your room, you are telling him, I know you're watching me. Why would you tell the person that is watching you, you know that he is watching? Wouldn't it be far more valuable to manipulate what information gets fed through that conduit than to simply give away the fact that you know the conduit exists?
Okay. During the first rotation, did I bring up that I was going to ask about that?
No. Not during the first rotation. It wasn't until you decided that you were going to go charging into Ophalos' office with the intent of telling him, what were you doing in my room? Why would you tell the spy you know he's spying on you? In whatever capacity he's doing it.
Okay, so that still leaves me confused as to what started the Groundhog Day in the first place.
Helping you to figure out that you were being spied on.
But I already knew that from the information I got.
Did you know how you were being spied on?
Oh, you know what? That's a good point. No, the skulks were after him.
I'm guessing you got some stuff in a side quest I missed.
No. Okay. I stopped paying attention before he sent anybody after me. Didn't he? Yeah. Okay. I think I get it.
Now, to clarify, there is a microscopic portal that has been opened just in front of your forehead to give them a view of what you are looking at and to hear through that portal what you are seeing.
Okay.
Or are speaking to, or hearing.
They can see and hear everything.
It's the imp's version of through your eyes.
Essentially, yeah.
Oh, I thought that was the patron that was like doing something like that. I was kind of close with the third eye thinking, just in the different direction.
Yeah.
Wrong direction.
The eye was going to someone else, not to the patron and not to Phil.
Okay.
That would make more. That makes more sense if they did that because you teleport. They can't keep skulks on you like they can keep on me.
It's past tense. That makes a lot of sense.
It's like to the outside observer, this is like, really? What? Really? What?
Yeah, to the person that can see everything happening all at once, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Okay.
We got there.
You got there. It was expensive.
Sometimes you gotta pay the piper.
Yeah.
I will let you sit with that.
How did it get there?
That is a good question.
And then
That's how. That's all the information we need out of that. An imp has that. Now,
so, if I'm understanding, to clarify, this was to prevent him from revealing that you know that you're being spied on. Not that you already revealed.
To give you the opportunity to control what goes into that conduit.
Which means the imp already knows that you told me about.
not necessarily.
It is a possibility, though.
I'm not ruling that out, but not necessarily. They could have just done that after everybody went to bed.
Mm-hmm. It is possible that they just did that. Yeah.
Okay.
Down in the moot hall. You get there as 5 of the elders are gathered into 2 groups, plotting, planning, preparing attacks and defenses, arguments, negotiations. Okay.
They're already fighting about who's going to take your spot.
You step into the chamber, and most of the conversations draw to a close. Some of them stop immediately, some of them dwindle off. One of them continues. Rezgo of the 4th house is giving a speech, basically stumping, campaigning, explaining how he will coordinate with the other tribes, how he will, keep promises and divide spoils, making his case that they should let him step to the role of chieftain of chieftains. Come on. Would you like me to roll a d4, or would you like to give me a number between 1 and 4?
Just even it out too.
Direct competition from your tribe. He's of the plains.
Okay, so he's of the same tribe.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
I
fucked
gotcha.
up.
I gotcha.
Your own tribe mate is trying to usurp you. That's cold.
Her own tribe elder.
Oh! There's trees nearby, right? You got some strong rope?
What are we doing? Let's
They
go.
got horses.
Take him to the tree of woe.
We have a gallery. You have a tree. We are so
This is she's right behind me, isn't she, Moment?
she's right behind me.
Yeah, honestly, I wanted to do the whole walk in and just,
Just do that
clear
right
the
behind him.
floor, throw, we're getting this on now.
He's like, y'all want to do this? Let's do this.
He stops short, but as he's turning, rather than apologizing or making excuses or being obsequious and trying to bow and scrape out of it, he says this. You later. When Sul says it, it is an honorarium.
Mm-hmm.
When he says it, straight up insult.
Sourdough. What's his name again?
This is Rezgal.
Rezgal.
You got horses and rope. Sorry. Nice.
Honestly, I'm just gonna. It's just gonna be a smirk laugh. You know? I proudly earned that name.
Nice. All right.
And what of you, Resgold?
Making ready to do my part for the tribes.
Well, with that, let's begin on this, what's a good word?
Open the moon.
Open the moot.
That's all I can think of.
Open the moot time.
Seskra and Borsal have yet to arrive. As he says that, back door opens and you see Seskra. Another Plains Elder. There will be 2 of each vial, so makes sense. Right. Which means that Borsal and Pell still have yet to arrive. It's 4 or 5 minutes before they both arrive together. They seem to be chummy. In your experience, this only happens when an agreement has already been arrived at. Normally, the tribes are at ends. Borsal is a river tribe held is a forest tribe. It seems the river and the forest tribes may have come to an accord.
Oh, they're about. Hold on, I'm just gonna look around, make sure everybody is here.
All 8 representatives are there. I know I said there was a 9th tribe. There is not. Now that we're moving to 2 representatives per biome, there are 8 tribes.
It makes a lot more sense.
I would like to give my official report.
We would have it. Stomp, 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 stomp. All 8 feet stomping in unison.
Is it just the elders here, or are there any other members?
There are the equivalent of cabinet members.
I was thinking of it almost like a town hall thing, where like
Yeah.
members of the public can go in. But makes sense.
At the moment,
I feel like decisions like when it comes to relaying information, it is going to be elders and the cabinets.
Yes, it makes sense.
But when it comes to general like public
proclamations.
Yeah, that's going to be towards everyone.
Makes sense.
So if information would filter from the tribal heads down, so that works for me. The floor is yours. Do you want to give the speech? Okay, feel it up, man. I don't want to force you.
Up to it. But I will say you can correct me if I'm wrong at any point.
Gotcha.
We will help you with details.
Right?
They help you with details. I wasn't present for the movie.
That's true.
Oh yeah, that's right. Bitch. How do you know? Say. Oh. I will say, at the moment, little nervousy.
It's okay. That's why I wanted to give you an out. It's
No, I know, but like Makara is also.
Oh, she is good. Right
a
on.
little nervous.
Lean
here.
into it.
to just start off with the assumptions that have been going around. I'm going to call them assumptions. Yes. I led a lot of our people to their death. When did this happen? Like the other night?
It was 2 days ago.
2 days. Yeah.
2 days ago.
Don't pay attention to him.
I know. I'm like, okay, refocus.
So, having made that declaration, all of the steel melts out of you all of a sudden. You hadn't actually spoken the words. You hadn't manifested. Even during the ceremony, you weren't required to speak on it. So having to make that admission makes it that much more real. And you feel like you are deflated. For a moment, you feel like, what the fuck am I doing here? And then you hear the step of Croc's boot behind you. You feel the back of his hand and the small of your back pushing you forward like he used to do to straighten your posture. You feel the caress of his forefinger under your chin as he lifts it to adjust your poise. Steps away.
The raid was more than what was intended. Yes, the original plan was the outskirts of it, as per we usually do. But during my time out there, with our brave men, we encountered a new ally. And you know what? At this point, she's just gonna... Because she made that blood pact. So she's still gonna have the general scar.
It would be fresh.
Yeah. So she's just gonna kind of show.
That scar, you unwrapped
Mm-hmm.
the wrapping that you had. Yeah. Yeah. All right. It looks as though someone poured black raspberry juice across it. It looks spattered and dripped. It looks I don't want to say corrupted. You don't feel corrupted, but anyone who looks at it would be like, "Are you okay?"
It's like
diseased.
It looks kind of like a forming blight upon a plant leaf.
Exactly. So the people on the pale green of your palm, that raspberry, purple, black stain, speckled dots that seem to be spreading across the palm and up onto the fingers as you show this wound. People kind of lean in. Start going.
No, you're fine. These new allies are not of a species we would come to know. I don't even think she actually got what you guys were called.
No. Would she be aware of the cycle of the moons where they would bring new...
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But it still wouldn't help her to identify what you guys are.
Because you guys,
I was just gonna suggest-
I know. You guys never told her you guys are infernus.
No, we never said that.
Yeah, so at this point, she doesn't know what you guys are, just that you're new.
I have a suggestion you could mention that, like, you met one of the new arrivals with the new moon. Because that might be an easy connection you might make.
Yeah. So let's tweak it a little bit with that. Because I feel like that does fit everything. Hey, you're not what I regularly see out here. That's new. You're connected.
That's a good connection to make.
Yeah.
It's a strong assumption.
And with these new allies, we decided to expand on our raid. We actually decimated inside their barriers.
That spreads through the crowd. 2 or 3 runners suddenly dart out from the various tribal seats and go outside into Grimfang.
I like that.
It's not a bad thing.
Okay, I was like,
No.
that's either them spreading the news?
I think they're going to try to confirm what you're saying with the other raiders.
Now, yes, again, we lost many men during this. But our new allies lost probably just as many.
We lost half of our number, too.
Yeah. But with that, we came out with more spoils and goods than we can hold in our hands.
You could carry with the horses.
Yeah.
It's okay.
No, I know, and I appreciate it. It's one of those that it's
fine.
like, it's fun. You guys do so good with the shit!
I'm a master's.
You're doing awesome.
I have a master's in creative writing. Don't feel bad.
I was big into creative writing when I was there, so. And again, with this, we have acquired new allies. We will be forthcoming and helping, and they will be as well during our trust in the raid.
To clarify what the pact was,
Right.
if you support us in our conflicts, we will support you.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, you guys would help us with another raid. So be
I don't know if-
possibly.
I don't know if you would mention this to them, but the clear connotations was for something larger. We basically promised, we had the intention of expansion rather than raids. Whether you explain that to them or not, that's up to you.
Show us the spoils! Prove it! Prove it!
You know what? Shit.
You brought
Really?
25%.
I did, but I kind of wanted to do a crack thing, and maybe like Souls comes in with a bunch of people with like the spoils, but I was like, I didn't prepare for that really. But
Hey, I will happily spend 2 hope. So that can happen.
I will accept that. I
got you. I want this narrative to keep going like
Absolutely.
this. This is great.
So they start demanding the spoils, and you go,
just everything walks in. At this point, just in front of them, lined up. Let's just row after row or whatever, however many.
your 10 remaining men file in, setting down chests and setting down sledges that they have pulled behind them, and then going back out to the stockpile that they have outside the meeting chamber and grabbing another batch and going back out for a third. On the 4th one, they're finally reaching the end of the stockpile. There's only 10 men, and you brought a lot of fucking loot. And there's still more that is still out at the site.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You brought
So,
25%.
When the first batch comes in, people are like, oh. When the second batch comes in, people start standing up in their seats. When the third batch comes in, half of the elders have gotten out of their seats and are starting to come out of their boxes to start approaching. When the fourth batch comes in and is dropped, there's a ring. Nobody is where they started this conversation. There is a ring around it. You are standing in the center of this barrier of treasure. Fabrics, silks, brocades, pottery, jewelry, weaponry, armor, magical goods, non-magical goods, all laid out and arrayed. You have the undivided attention of the 8 most powerful men in this part of the kingdom. Not men, orcs.
Yeah,
So much better than that,
Orkman.
Orkman.
as opposed to humans.
We understand what you
Whatever plots and plans and negotiations that these 8 men had been devising
Disgusting.
amongst themselves, it's steam.
mean. It evaporated.
The proof in what you have brought back, just in what you have brought back, easily equals the largest take that your tribes combined have taken in any raid. When you mention that this is but a fraction, they're ready to take your direction. At the end of whatever speech you complete this with, and you're absolutely welcome
I'm just gonna. I know you said that they're already smoking out their.
This is the palm of your hand. They are eating out of it.
Yeah. She's just going to add the extra note of. There was quite a few of you that wanted to see new leadership. And I do respect your choices on that. But from what I've seen out there, and what these men helped us fight for, we can still lead good. It's not just me. We're a tribe. Yes, I may be chieftain, but it is all of us that unite as one to accomplish these raids. I don't know what else.
It's okay.
Just pretty much the reassurance that, like, She is going to fight till her last breath against a blade for her tribe. And she's not gonna take for granted any men or women that may be lost in the days to come. Or years or whatever. For the time period.
There is a moment when you bring women into the equation. A great pause amongst those that you have gathered here. During this pause, you take a breath and you look up. The upper gallery, above the boxes of the counselors, of the chancellors, of the cabinet, of the tribal elders, where the spectators normally would sit. They are not seated because this is not an open meeting, but the doors that lead to this chamber, one every 10 feet or so, are all open. And behind them, you can see the shuffling of hundreds who have been listening to your speech. All around. You take that pause to figure out how to finish whatever your point was. And in that pause, you hear 50 female voices off to the side, all coming from one, maybe 2 or 3 doors. Tightly packed. Makara's fist! Makara's fist! Makara's fist! Female voices at every door start repeating this. Makara's fist! Makara's fist! If you want to finish this speech, you can't. Your people are too loud. The clan elders. Makara's fist! Makara's fist! When the men start chanting down in the center of the room with you, it feels loud. When the thousands of men on the other side, each man standing next to his woman, his daughter, his mother, they join in. And suddenly there are thousands of voices chanting your name. Makara's fist. Not much else gets done today.
What's that?
Does this count as her starting a cult now?
Somebody else, please.
Please, not just me.
Does this feel like a good push?
I think so. It's like 10:30. So,
Holy shit.
yeah.
Wow. This is where we're going to call it this week, you guys. This was Sons of the Empire, where we've introduced our daughter, Queen of her own empire.
Queen of the Fist.
Makara, fist!
You've got a banner now and everything. It's like a blackened fist.
I have to come up with that, yeah.
Right?
That's it, people. It's starting to get 50-50 what's going to be the next time we see each other, but either way,
Drama.
I think we're all having a freaking blast with it. Yeah, everybody is
Each one of us learned something interesting tonight.
About ourselves, situation.
About a horse.
Not canon. Asterisk. What if it turned out the horse was actually your patron?
Oh God!
That's like your patron in disguise. That would be so
Let it be a thing,
funny.
Dad.
I do not have a name backwards.
No. Nope.
Oh, but come on, that horse really likes you.
The horse can like me all at once. Nope.
Your whole thing was just like a Viking queen coming into her own. That was perfect. That was awesome.
I like that.
You getting chewed out by a cosmic entity was funny.
Oh yeah, no. Little Groundhog Day action there.
And then I found out the tormented souls are not as tormented as we thought.
They just live happy lives.
No.
So much more in store for you guys. A lot of this was invented in the moment.
Mhm.
A lot of this has been plotted and planned. If you have questions, you can ask, and I will be honest. But that's as far as I'm going to divulge voluntarily without prodding and planning from you guys.
Get the snake.
Get the stick. Thank you so much.
The snake.
Get the snake on the stick.
Snake on a stick. Oh my god.
It pokes out.
That's going to do it for this evening, humans and others. We got big love, and we'll catch you next time. Peace, love, and also chicken grease, as they say.
I don't have the shoulders of a boxer or the chest of a beast. I wasn't built for the famine, I was built for the feast. I'm a runner, an athlete, thin and defined. While my kin flex their muscles, I'm flexing my mind. Purple skin in a sea of blood red. Don't listen too closely to what I have said. I started in the pay houses, counting the gold, a commoner story, drab and untold. But I saw the emperor, the hexarch alone, and I saw up after the obsidian throne. I've proven my blood and I've made my case. Now I sit at the table, I've taken my place. Displaced the sister, replaced the son. The war is now over before it's begun. I'm the bastard of the line, or so they say. But look at who leads the expedition today. I tell lies, sweet and deep, promises I never mean to keep. I'm a liar, a talker, a cerebral threat, the most dangerous thing you haven't met yet. You hold the sword, I hold the leverage. I'll pour you a drink, a poisoned beverage. I tell lies in the dark and I know that it's wise. It's how a non-combatant survives. My brother Strixus the Reaver, strong-willed, wearing the bones of the beast he has killed. He seeks the favor of father through pain, but I know that muscle is often in vain. In the wailing gallery where the tortured souls scream, I realize that power is just a bad dream. So I smile at the soldiers, I nod with command, while I'm plotting to take the upper hand. He fights for honor, for glory and pride. I fight to ensure that I'm safely inside. I tell lies, sweet and deep, promises I know I'll never keep. I'm a liar, a talker, a cerebral threat, the most dangerous thing you haven't met yet. You may hold the chain, but I hold the keys. I'll tell you a story that'll bring you to your
Glycerin, yellow and sparkly, let the chaos begin. I aimed for the wall, but the bottle it slipped. A trail of bright fire and the sapper was clipped. A pinwheel of flame and a scream in the dark. I may have missed the wall, but I think I've hit the mark. A worthy experiment, that's what I'll claim. It's never my fault, it's just part of the game. I'm not a soldier, I don't like the heat, but I'll burn you alive to keep on my feet. Now we breach the ceiling, we enter the glare. A blinding white sun in the open air. The ground is like fat, the blossoms are soft, while my brother's blood wings raise him aloft. He births the monsters, the rift stalkers rise, but I'm the one watching with calculating eyes. This world is for conquering, soft and naive, and I have more tricks hidden up in my sleeve. Let him be the monster, let him be the blight. I'll be the whisper that rules in the night. I tell lies sweet and deep, promises I don't need to keep. I'm a liar, a talker, a cerebral threat, the most dangerous thing that you've ever met. Yet you have the facts, but I know how you think. I'll weave a tale of wonder and won't even blink. I tell lies cause I'm dark and I'm wise. It's how a night combat and survive.